Welcome to Coffee and Conversation. My name is Honorine, and today I'm with Fredrick Gaboton, who is pursuing a master in international affairs. Freddy, welcome.
Merci Honorine, à vous pareil.
Freddy speaks French because he spent 11 years in Haiti, who is a French-speaking country. So Freddy, tell us more about yourself.
Well, my name is Fredrick Gaboton. I was originally born in Brooklyn, and then right after birth, I went to Haiti. I went to a Catholic school, like my whole time there. At first we learned French, and then Creole was introduced to us like right about like third grade or so. And then we learned how to like write, like conversate with like classmates and stuff like that. And then I was there until like sixth grade, which is right about the time that the earthquake happened in 2010. And then that's when I came here in the United States to live with my mom in Florida. And I went to middle school there, and I also went back to Catholic high school for like my high school period. And then I attended Warwick College and FAU for my undergrad. I did them in criminal justice, and I had a minor in economics. And then after that, I decided to pursue my master's degree in international affairs. And then that's when I applied with Florida State and got accepted into their program.
Out of all the schools in the United States of America, why FSU?
FSU has always been the dream.
Why?
Really, because it's the tradition. It runs in the family. I have like two past relatives that graduated here. One of them graduated in computer science, I believe, and the other one graduated in psychology. So it's always been like a passion and a legacy in the family, really. So ever since high school, I always said, hey, I want to go to FSU after high school. But like, I'm from a conservative family. So after high school education, they wanted us to go to college like locally instead of going like far away from home or out of state or any of that sort of thing. Once we gained the bachelor's, to them it's like, okay, we accomplished school, whatever, so we can go on and do whatever we want.
Can you tell us more about your path? What is your research about? What do you have in mind for the future?
What I have in mind for the future is to become a foreign policy analyst, or more for the Department of Defense, because that's where I'm planning to start at. I recently just applied for the Naval Flight Officer School, so I'm waiting to hear from them. So I envision myself in like the Navy, like we're doing like diplomacy work and stuff like that, in order to like build a military background out of myself so I can move up to the State Department.
So your end goal is the state of Florida?
My end goal is the State of Department, and the position within that sector will probably be like diplomat or foreign service officer, FSO.
And do you think your interest in foreign policy is due to your background and your childhood being, having traveled to Haiti, like born in the US, traveled to Haiti, so you've lived abroad?
Yes, because at first I always wanted to become a police officer, but then when I looked at it, I was like, there's a lot of skills that are just going to waste, like the language, the work experience, because I have 5 years of work experience, of past work experience. So I was like, becoming just a police officer, like all those other skills are gonna just go to waste. So I was like, maybe I should move up the ladder more and challenge myself, and so that way those skills could be put to use.
Why did you want to be a police officer?
My dad, my dad was assassinated in Haiti when I was like 5 years old. So ever since then, he always pushed me to become a police officer. And then transitioning from like Haiti to here, it kind of like made me realize that I have so much other skills that, again, I can put to use in order to make like the world a better place.
In your daily life, how do you make the world a better place?
I love working on like in public administration stuff. Like I volunteer for the church. I I participate in mission trips, in retreats and stuff like that, where we have to travel to go elsewhere. So it kind of like give you the experience of anything that's outside your own location. So I'm able to see like things in other perspective. I'm able to see like what like I'm able to see like if there's worse than my environment in other places and stuff like that. So I thought that was a good thing, the fact that I joined CSU, which is here at FSU. I thought it was a good thing that I joined them because they give me a lot of opportunities and they help me build leadership of myself before I go, which is something I need before I go into the naval flight officer. So
I don't know what CSU is. Can you tell me more about that?
it is Catholic Student Union. It's like a Catholic club here at FSU that's also in partnership with TCC and FAMU.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we do like big events and stuff, like we kind of like have everybody coming from all the other schools and to come join us and for us to travel to places, go on retreat, go play soccer games, go feed the poor and stuff like that.
And what else do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
I love I love um shadowing my roommate who's from Uganda. He's doing like research in bioplastics and environmental science. So because his program is environmental engineering. So sometimes I like to like discuss like infrastructure, policy, world issues with him and stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes we just sit here together and we kind of like open up a debate on certain topics or talk about like what could we do to make Uganda better or things like that, or Haiti better, things like that. We do fun stuff like this.
What is the difference between a diplomat and an ambassador?
Diplomat do more like security stuff, or like they more like protect high figure personnel in other country. And then the ambassador actually do the work there, like they do political work there. In my understanding, that's how I see it.
And are you more into a diplomat position or an ambassador position? Or it depends on
Probably diplomat.
you like the security stuff.
Yeah, because you can become a diplomatic security agent or officer. Yeah, either or. The agent actually stays in DC and protect like other ambassadors coming from other country coming into the United States. The diplomatic officer they're like American agents that go protect US ambassadors at other countries.
Would you like to travel all over the world? Or would you prefer to stay in DC and protect the foreign ambassadors?
I think DC will be like the end game with like all the political stuff I have ready for a State Department. I think at first I want to travel the world and then, come back to DC afterwards.
And why not join the army? I know you mentioned the Navy, but why not join the army at a young age and go up the ladder and become then, because many soldiers, or I guess they're not soldiers anymore, like more general or colonel, they traveled all over the world.
Well, because it takes time to build those things. It takes time. So back then I figured that with a higher education, you move up the ladder faster, which is also true, by the way. So that's why I decided to continue with my education and then hopefully go in as an officer. Because remember, you go in as of two categories. It's either you enlist or you go in as an officer. So you can only go in as an officer if you have a higher education, because they're not gonna let you enlist or any of that sort of things if you have a higher education, because they want to utilize your education or your special skills at a higher level.
When are you gonna graduate?
I should be graduating next fall of 2022. So yeah, because the program is only 31 credit. And I'm also planning on doing abroad during the very summer before, so I can earn the rest of my credits. So that's another thing I'm excited for.
Where are you planning on going?
As of right now, we don't know yet, because the director for my program, she's still deciding between Dubrovnik and Prague. So,
two nice cities, two nice places.
Yeah. They are. Yeah, as of right now, she said she's waiting for like the end of October or something like that to get back at us for that. But as of right now, I don't know. I know it's gonna be between those two locations.
Okay, so my last question for you, Freddie. How do you picture yourself in 5 years from today, your dream life?
5 years from today, I probably envision myself in the cockpit of a jet with my family back at home, my wife, kids back at home and everything, and me doing work overseas and stuff like that.
And what kind of work? Your dream job?
Most likely being an officer in the Navy and preparing for combat strategies and taking care of diplomacy issues that has to do with the Navy, probably.
So you want a stressful job.
It doesn't seem stressful to me. As long as you know you're ready for it, you don't really feel the stress.
I hope so.
I know I'm ready for it. I know I'm fit for it and everything. So
no, I mean, I'm sure you're ready for it. I just hope that you're ready for the stress that comes with this high responsibility jobs. Do you find school stressful or not? Or you deal with the stress pretty well?
Not really. Not really. Because I'm able to balance my time between academics and the Catholic Student Union. So yeah, I'm able to do a lot for them, and I'm able to do a lot of homework in the meantime as well. So it doesn't stress me really.
Well, that's great. I guess I need to take lessons from you in terms of organization. Stress.
I mean, even though I'm taking 4 classes, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it's the workload that's not enough. That's why I'm not stressing yet. But I don't know. I'm able to accomplish everything and go to CSU events at the same time. So it's not really stressful to me at all. right
Yes,
now.
sure. You manage your time well, and some people don't stress. So that's a really good quality. You know, if you have an interview, a job interview, that's what you should say. I don't stress. I manage my stress well. All right, Freddie. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. It was great to know you better, and to hear about your future aspirations. It's inspiring, and I really enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you. Me too. Me as well.